Hey everyone, welcome to Quarter Mile Farm. It's been a while. A couple years, in fact. We had a rough couple years. I'll get into that later. Right now I'm going out to feed the chickens. And then I need to check my apricot and cherry trees. Our weather guide app said it would only get down to 39 last night, but there was a freeze warning and didn't quite understand why the app was saying 39 with the freeze warning. But we woke up this morning to all of the orchard fans. There's the chickens. All the orchard fans and the apple orchards and cherry orchards around us, all of their fans were blowing. And so I asked my husband, what's the temp outside? And he says, well, it's 40. And he checked a little while, it was 39. It's like, why are all the orchard fans going off? Well, as he left to take my son to school and go to work this morning, he came back in and said there was frost on the car. So this freeze did come through. So I am worried about my apricots and my cherries. Both those trees, actually we have multiple trees of those, but both those kinds of trees have a huge crop on them this year. So I'm hoping that we didn't lose them. Right now I don't see too much evidence nearby of the frost, but we'll check these trees and hopefully they were saved. But let's feed the chickens first. Hey, Tiger. We have 3 little ones that I hatched out earlier this spring. And this one I know is for sure a female. And I've been trying to figure out these other 2, and I'm pretty sure they are both females as well. Just trying to look at their saddle feathers. I think I determined, quick little buggers. I think I determined that black and white one was a female, and that was the one I was sure was going to be a rooster. But I'm still, let's see, their feathers, oops, hi there. Their feathers are rounded. So I'm going on the fact that all 3 are females. Our flock is a lot smaller than it used to be. Part of my last 2 years has brought me to a point where I needed to lessen my responsibilities. So I was selling off all of my chickens. Hello, Magnum. But then I had almost all of them sold, except like 9 hens or so. And saw the egg prices in the store. So I'm like, okay, I guess I can keep some of the chickens here. And now the egg prices are even higher. I decided to expand our flock a little bit. You couldn't find any chicks to buy in the store because they were gone so soon. But I ended up hatching these out sooner, and I might hatch out some more here soon too. So right now I have 9 hens and 4 roosters. This one hatched out last season. Disappointed to have another rooster. That one there is Ricky's son, if you remember Ricky. I named him Rocco, and he is now the man of the coop because he fought against Ricky over here, who is the old mainstay. For those who followed us for a long time, you know Ricky was the king of the roost, but no longer. He and Magnum here both were beat out by Rocco, and now they're outcasts, and they have to stay away from the rest of the chickens. Otherwise that will happen. Rocco chases them away. So, yeah. He's such a pretty one. But I need to get rid of some, and I don't want to get rid of Ricky. He deserves to stay here. So Magnum and this one here will likely go away at some point. I don't have enough hens to suit that many roosters. Okay, it's dark in here. Let's go check out the apricot tree here. This one that's really close. Finally had flowers on it. I think, well, last year it did for sure. And I got like 2 or 3 apricots from the whole tree. We always get late frosts here, and it usually kills them off, but let's see here. So, I don't know if the frost got to them. They look fine. You can see there's just apricots all over the place. And I'm thinking, even if the frost did get to some, look at this branch. Oops. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then more there. Just on this one branch. So we're gonna have a nice crop. Nice crop, and hopefully this frost didn't get to them. Doesn't look like it did. Our back pasture here is a bit protected from some of the weather. Got rhubarb here. I once saw a video where they were saying that when this happens, your rhubarb bolts and the season is over. That's not true. All you have to do, because this happens at the beginning of the spring, at least for us, beginning of the spring. And if you let these go, like, the rhubarb won't produce as much as it should. But all you need to do, break it off, throw it away. And then the rhubarb will produce wonderfully. I've done this to a bunch of the other rhubarb around here, but I hadn't seen it on this plant yet. I have quite a few rhubarb plants. And last year was a horrible year for it. I think the year before too was as well, but this one doesn't want to come. But last year, I don't know, we had some rhubarb rust going on, and it just kind of decimated my plants. And I didn't even sell any of it last year. I picked some for myself, but there wasn't really enough to sell. But this year the rhubarb is looking great. So this right here is a the little goji berries. I planted one there, and its branches flopped down, and that's why I have a plant here now. And that's why I have a plant here now. And this right here is a honeyberry. A single little plant that I planted here a couple years ago. So this area right here is supposed to be the start of my food forest. And because of the way the last 2 years have been, this just got really overgrown with weeds. but I had planted strawberries and they all died. I planted some blueberries and they died. But my honeyberry is still growing. I planted some daffodils too. The rhubarb is doing great, the goji berries. Then over here, mixed in with this clover, my peppermint has gotten away. You should keep peppermint contained, they say. Keep it in a garden, or keep it in a container, or you know, in a contained area in your garden. But you know, I have clover growing wild. I'd rather have things like peppermint growing wild. Useful plants covering the ground. Why not? Why keep it contained? I'll go through the weeds here. Here's another, I think this is another goji berry plant mixed in with some alfalfa that's growing wild. There's another rhubarb. That one's not doing so well right now, but still growing. This is a peach tree that was growing wild, or a volunteer plant over in my, what I used to call the no-till garden. It's not a no-till garden so much anymore, but you can see little peaches on it. It's the first year it's bloomed and growing peaches. Wow, it's got quite a few peaches on there. That's awesome. So it's starting to get some leaf curl going on. There's a spray you can put on it, I guess a copper spray, but what I've generally just done is come through and just try to pick all those leaves off. And that generally tends to work as long as you don't let it get too far away. So, a little tour of the start of my food forest here. This is the main area where I have like multiple plants in one area. I do have a bunch of trees, which I hope to give updates of the entire property for you at some point. I want to go check a cherry tree, a couple cherry trees, and this other apricot tree as well. Let's check this cherry tree over here. The cherry tree harvest is amazing this year. I have a friend who has a cherry orchard just like a country block and a half away. And she's got a lot of cherry trees, and last year she had hardly anything on the trees. But this year they are loaded. Just the branches are covered with blossoms, and you'll see here on this tree. Here we go. Look at that. Just loaded. And it doesn't look like the frost got these. They may have gotten the blossoms a little, but the cherries on this tree haven't started forming yet. And the bees have been busy, so it looks like we may be in luck. Oh, look here. It's the start of a double cherry, it looks like. You know, one of the odd ones that has the growth on the side. That's funny. Oh, tons of cherries this year. All right. We'll go look at the other apricot tree now. And the apple trees also have a lot of blossoms on them, and some of the trees that I planted myself here. There's one huge apple tree in the back that was here when we moved here. The rest, I guess, I all planted those. I planted all of those. I had some apples on them over the last couple of years, but I haven't gotten around to spraying them. I don't really want to spray them, but in this area we have issues with the apple maggot and the codling moth, and we have a lot of apple orchards around here, and they tend to get upset if there's people that aren't spraying. And I did use some neem oil the other day. That's the first time I've ever sprayed them with anything. Of course, my goal is to eventually use the plants and whatnot around the trees to help control the bugs. And I wish I could be at that point right now, but I'm just not. Eventually though. But here's the other apricot tree, and this one 2 years ago I got a huge harvest from, and it looks like we're going to be there again. Look at these. This is more loaded than the other one. There. Sorry, it's a little blurry for you. They're just covered. I will be preserving a lot. Making jam, fruit leather. Man, just loaded, and I don't think they are affected by the frost at all. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, jam, fruit leather. I'm gonna probably can some like apricot halves. What else was I gonna do? Jam, fruit leather, canned applesauce. Yeah, that's about it. And then like there's probably gonna be enough for me to sell. But oh, lots of things have been happening here in the last 2 years, and then lots of things have also not been happening. But starting to actually feel like making videos again. I did actually start making videos for my my other channel, Carrie's Crochet and Craft, where I talk about all the things that I make, like crochet items, plushies, and then I also talk about selling them at market and that kind of stuff. So I did start making videos on that. I think it was it a year ago? No. Last fall, I think. Yeah. Last fall. Oh, here's the back 40, as I call it. And it needs to be mowed desperately. Brent has come along and mowed along the perimeter at least. But, oh, the tree I need to go see is over there. Oops. Gotta walk through the tall grasses. Yeah, I guess it was last fall that I started making videos for that other channel, and kind of got me started thinking about doing more for this channel again, as someone made a comment on one of my other videos about all the trees and what do I do to prune them, and how the trees were now. And that just got me thinking, you know, kind of feel like making videos. So here we are. We have another rhubarb down here. This one I planted because originally I had this going to be our blueberry patch. There's no blueberries there anymore. It was a poor idea to plant things this far from the house. Part of my issue last year is I started pulling in the ranks, and that apricot road and nothing. We started pulling in the ranks, which meant we're going to focus on if you're familiar with the zones 1 and 2, just right there near the house, and not worry about so much from this far back. So we're kind of keeping to that. But anyway, with the blueberries down here, we couldn't keep them watered well enough. It was just too far from the house. We're gonna kind of revamp our plans for this lower portion. I mean, yes, we have fruit trees down here, and I'll plant more trees of all kinds actually, and just kind of make this kind of a wooded area where we can have some walking trails. Still do fruit teas probably and other things, but this back portion is just so far from the house, and it's hard to just kind of keep up with it. This is one of the peach trees, and this one has delicious peaches. You can see here it's starting to get some of the leaf curl too. So need to come down and start picking off leaves, it seems. So But we had, the last couple years, just a huge harvest from these trees. And it looks like, again, we're going to have a wonderful amount of peaches. Peaches, nectarines, cherries. This tree right here, you see all the blossoms on. This is an apple tree. Don't ask me what kind. I don't know. I might have the tag on it somewhere. Ooh, I do. Let's see what kind of tree this is. Wolf River apple. I've never had a Wolf River apple, but I was picking trees based on like their growing seasons and like who they could pair with for pollinating. But yeah, we'll see what that one tastes like, because I think this might be maybe not the first time it's had apples, but I didn't get any last year because it got all wormy and gross. This is my almond, my almond tree. And I think last year I didn't get anything from it. 2 years ago I got like 7 almonds. But look, it is as loaded as the apricot trees. Look at that. Good crop of almonds this year. They look like apricots. But I know this is not an apricot tree. This is almond. Ooh, loaded. This is my other cherry tree over here. I have a Rainier and a Bing. I also have a pie cherry near the creek, but check it out. Loaded. And these cherries are already forming. Get some better lighting for you. Look at that. Just clump after clump. I believe this is the Rainier, not Rainier. This is the, oh yeah, it is the Rainier. That's right. So this is a yellowish cherry with the pink blush on it. Oh, lots of cherries. And the frost didn't get them. Very happy about that. Well, there's lots to update you guys with. The back corner of our property over here has a story. Yeah, it involves someone trespassing on our property. But that's a story for another time. But I want to just kind of start giving updates about the property, showing you guys what it looks like now. I mean, you're getting a glimpse now. But we'll talk about what we've been doing, what we haven't been doing, and just kind of the trials that we've had over the past couple of years. Oh, and one thing, when we first moved here, I thought all these trees up in here were the Russian olive, which grows like a weed in this area. But it's not. It's actually a type of willow. Anyway, we have lots of those. I've been cutting down branches, these little saplings, and intending to use them for crafts of some sort, or like, I don't know if you know what is it called? The little fencing that you can make by, stacking them up in between posts. Wattle fencing or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, that's gonna be in the works for a little while now to kind of update you guys. That's the sun behind us there. Here we go. Kind of update you guys on what's been happening around here. Maybe start getting into the swing of things. As far as making more videos for you guys. I think it helps encourage me to actually get out and do things too. Because I was kind of going through some of the videos a few weeks ago, just scrolling down all the stuff, and I was like, because we were looking for videos of our cat Inky. So I've seen some of the stuff that I used to do around here, and man, I used to get out and do stuff all the time, and lately it's been hard to just get out and do the stuff, even though I know it needs to be done. But Anyway, I think we'll say goodbye for now, and we will do more update videos around the farm, showing you everything that's been done and that hasn't been done, like I said. Things that we tried, things we failed at, and yeah, I think this will be fun to start making videos for the farm channel again. I'll show you just some footage of some of the flowers in bloom and the plants growing, and just kind of end this video with. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye.